Peace and blessings, guys. I am back. I said I was coming back, so I'm back, and I'm gonna try to do as many videos as I can. I'm behind like 15 videos, y'all, and so I'm gonna try to not make them so long. So if there's something that I don't cover, you guys have my email. You can send me an email. What I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start reading the emails and then giving the answers that I actually send to the sisters or to different women that have emailed me from all over, I guess, the world. I am getting emails from people outside of the US. So, yay! Hallelujah. The message is spreading or the information is spreading and it's actually helping people. So, if I don't cover what you are actually watching for, email me. Or you can go to the Facebook page if you have access to Facebook, and you can click the button on there that says email and it sends you directly to my email. Or you can do the messenger. I also get the messenger. So you can contact me there as well. Okay, guess what I'm drinking? Coconut water. Because I'm still nursing. If I can nurse all the time, I would. But I'm eating my walnuts, y'all. I like walnuts. They're a real nut, okay? I'm talking about that. All these fake nuts they got out here. They got us eating. And because they taste good, they making us think that it's real, but it ain't. Okay? So, the title of the video is Delayed Placenta. I believe that I've done a video already on a delayed placenta. And so I think I put part 2. What to do. Okay. What to do in the event that you don't have a midwife and you're birthing unassisted, you don't have a doula, and it's just you and your husband. And this would be a good video for your husband to watch as well, which all of them are, because I like both mom and dad to kind of go into, the journey of birthing together. So they know it together. And when one person may not understand or one person may not know, or mom is down, you have dad there to be able to pick up the slack where mom can't really function or move. Okay, so if you guys are by yourself, delayed placenta, I believe I went over in some previous videos, normally happens. There's multiple reasons why the placenta can delay. But the most common reasons are birthing a baby too soon. The baby has begun to be evicted. You're pushing the baby out and the baby's not ready to come out. Or the baby is, you go into labor too soon. Another reason that could cause a delayed placenta is you being immobile. You're not really being moving around during your whole pregnancy and not actually being active in allowing the placenta, playing a part in the placenta detaching from the womb. Another one, which a lot of people don't really know, and they're kind of told something that they're kind of fear tactics are used with them. But another reason is because the placenta is large. Okay. The placenta is large and you're not in the right position for the baby to come out. So those are a couple of reasons why you have a delayed placenta. More common because, you've entered into birth too soon. Okay. This is why I always encourage moms, don't try to rush labor. Don't rush labor. And this is why you have a lot of moms who actually go and they deliver in the hospital and they have a difficult time getting the placenta out. And so they have to go through all these procedures with injecting the mom with oxytocin to cause the uterus to contract, to actually detach and push the uterus out, which most of the time, the uterus doesn't come out by itself in the hospital. The nurses are rubbing aggressively on the mother's womb. And at the same time they're tugging on the umbilical cord to actually pull it from the womb. And that's not wise at all. So a lot of moms actually suffer from hemorrhaging, and they suffer from having lacerations or perforated uteruses because of the type of methods that they're using in the hospital to remove the uterus. Because, of course, in the hospital, they want it to come out in 20 minutes. If it doesn't come out in 20 minutes, it's an emergency. But that is not all the case. It's only an emergency when you are bleeding and you have a fever. Okay? Outside of that, you should be fine. But what you want to do to avoid going through having to experience a delayed placenta is to make sure that you're educated about the delayed placenta, for one, and that you are taking the proper foods or tinctures that are needed to allow the uterus to continue to contract the whole time until you have completed stage 3. So stage 3 is the delivery of the placenta. And that's just, I guess, medical terminology for those of you who are in the medical field. You want your uterus to continue to contract until you have completed stage 3, until it has pushed out the placenta. You want consistent, strong contractions so that it comes out. Okay? And so there are different things that you can do. There are different things that you can take to make sure that the uterus continues to be active so that that can happen. You also want to make sure that you're active during your pregnancy. You can work out during your pregnancy. I work out all the time when I'm pregnant. If not, I work out more when I'm pregnant than I do when I'm not pregnant. And that's kind of backwards, huh? Yeah, that might be a little bit backwards, but it's good, but you want to work out during your pregnancy. It's going to build up your endurance, which is a great thing, because you don't know how long you're actually going to be in labor, and you don't want to call it quits in your mind. Okay, your body's not quitting, but in your mind, you don't want to call it quits. So working out while you're pregnant is definitely going to build up that endurance, but it's also going to strengthen and tone your uterus. It's also preparing the uterus to be able to do the ultimate workout, which is to push baby out when it's time to birth baby, when it's time for baby to arrive. So you want to make sure you're being active. You want to make sure you're moving around. You want to make sure that you are doing what you need to do to develop those pelvic floor muscles. You want to do what you're doing to develop those abdominal muscles. I believe these are your obliques. You want to be able to develop all of these muscles in this whole region, because it's going to help you tremendously with not having to deal with the delayed placenta. Make sure that your uterus is intact before conception. Okay? These will help you tremendously overcome having a delayed placenta. So, talked about what to do before to prevent, hopefully prevent, a delayed placenta. Like I said, sometimes even doing all of these things, you can still have a delayed placenta just because it's large. Okay? And so I had a large placenta with my last son, Mikhail. And it took about, let me see, how long did it take for me to actually pass the placenta? I believe it took maybe 30 minutes. My placenta normally comes right out. It's like, soon as the baby comes out and I stand up, it just like, whoop. This time it took about 25, 30 minutes for the placenta to pass. And when it actually did pass, it was large. It was massive. I was like, whoa, he was eating good. Shalom, bless you, Sister Lena. And so I did everything. And the only reason that it was delayed just a tad bit was just because of the size. Okay, so don't get discouraged. Don't think anything is wrong with you because your placenta doesn't come out right away. Sometimes it doesn't come out because we don't know exactly what to do. And so that's what these videos are for, so that I can help you and show you exactly what to do. I'm going to try. I don't have my ball, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video because Sister Ashley from Tennessee, for those of you who know her, she encouraged me to make a video on showing moms who are pregnant, how to actually develop your pelvic floor muscles so that way they're strong enough for when labor comes. Okay, so I'm going to do that video with my master. And I think in that video, I'll go ahead and show you the different positions that you can get in to help you pass the placenta. Okay, because I don't have my ball right now, and I know that he probably knows where it is, and he knows how to pump it up. He does all of that because, you know, he's a personal trainer, and he's the best at it. And so I don't mess with any of that stuff because I don't want to mess it up and get rebuked. Like, yeah, for those of you who know how that goes. So in that video, the next video, I'll make sure that I do it in there. But this is what you do if you have a delayed placenta. First things first, breathe. Okay? If you just take a moment and you just actually focus and take deep breaths, you'll notice that your uterus will relax. And that's probably all you needed, was for you to just relax, and it detaches. Okay? First thing first, just take a deep breath and breathe. Get in that position. If you're squatting, just get in that squatting position and breathe. Take about 7 breaths. I say 7 because 7 is like completion. So take about 7 breaths, deep breaths. Exhale completely, and you will relax. And as soon as you do that, the placenta might just detach from the wall, and you'll feel it fall right on the top of your cervix. And you'll feel that pressure and that urge to push. And then all you may have to do is just kind of guide it out with a little grunt, and then placenta's here. Okay? So first thing you want to do is just take deep breaths. Just relax. Don't allow fear to enter into your mind, because when that happens, that is what causes a lot of the tensing, and that's what's going to cause the cervix to tense up too. You're going to clench, because when fear enter in, that's what it causes you to do. You clench physically when you're afraid. You're like, you know. So you're going to do the same thing inwardly. Don't allow fear to come in. Do not allow that to be the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, my placenta has not come just yet. Just relax. Rebuke the spirit of fear. Take those deep breaths. If you're sitting, lean forward slightly. I'm leaning. This is how far you kind of want to lean. So if you're squatting, so this is me sitting straight up. This is me sitting straight up. Okay. If I'm going to take the deep breath and I'm squatting and my legs are open, because you want to make sure your legs are open. You're squatting, you have your legs open so that your pelvic area is open. And then you're going to just kind of slightly lean forward and then breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. And you can even like go to the side and kind of rotate. The same thing you would do if you were on your birthing ball. You're just gonna rotate. And if you have a birthing stool, that's a perfect spot to sit on when you want to deliver the placenta. Just sit in the birthing stool and just relax. Lean forward. Take 7 deep breaths in. Exhale out. If placenta hasn't come out, then you just want to kind of change your position. Kind of change your position just slightly. You want to change your position until you feel that pressure. When you feel that pressure, stay there, because that means, okay, hey, that's working. Okay, placenta's going to come down in a moment. Okay, stay there. When you feel contractions, go ahead and try to push. Sometimes you may just need a little pushing, especially if it's a large placenta. You may just have to go ahead and push when you feel that contraction coming through. I had to push with this placenta. I've never had to push with the other ones. All I had to do was just relax. But this one, I had to push. And once I pushed and I felt it, oh, okay, there it goes. And I just probably did maybe 3 or 4 pushes. And then it just kind of slid on down. And I was in a weird position too. I was like sideways. I was kind of like this. And I had one leg up and then the other leg was down. And then I'm leaning forward. So it may not come out with your squat. You may have to get in a different position. Okay. What was that second thing? Third thing is you want to make sure that you're not expecting it to come out a certain way, because that can also be delaying the placenta too. You can say, okay, Sister Gabby said sit in this squat position and just breathe and sit there and push. Okay, it may not come out in the squat position for you. So you just want to keep moving around. When you feel that pressure in your back and you feel that pressure like kind of on top of your cervix, in your uterus, when you feel that pressure, okay, that's the position that you're going to deliver your placenta in. Okay, go back to relaxing. When you feel that contraction, go ahead and push like you're going to poop. It's the same type of pushing you're doing while you're delivering the baby. You want to push. You want to put your chin down, like chin to your chest, deep breath, and you want to push like you're going to poop. You're not going to push like you're pushing something out your vagina. You're going to push like you're going to poop. Okay, because now you got to poop your placenta. So same thing. Okay, it's just slightly smaller. Okay. So make sure you don't have in your mind, okay, this is the way that the placenta is going to come out, because that can be a part of your delay, because you're thinking and you're knowing that this is the only way that the placenta is going to come out. Because last time I was in the most awkward position for the placenta to come out. And I did all the other positions. I'm like, why is it not coming out? And I started going weird ways. And then it just like, just came right on out. Okay. So what you don't want to do, say that right now. What you don't want to do, you don't want to pull on the cord. Please do not pull on the cord. If you are not experienced and you're not a midwife and you've never had to do this before, please do not pull on the mother's cord. Mommy, don't pull on your cord to get the placenta out. Okay? That is very dangerous. Okay? It's very dangerous, because what can happen is if the placenta has not detached from your wall, the uterine wall yet, normally it attaches like here on the side, or attaches here on the side. Sometimes it's up here. You have some women who have it down below, close to the cervix, which is kind of a touchy thing as well, because you really don't want it to attach by the cervix. But those are different spots that the placenta will attach. If it is still attached to the womb and you pull the cord, you can either snap the umbilical cord, which is not good, especially if it's still connected to baby and it's still connected to mom. You can cause her to bleed. And or if it's not detached from mom, you can pull her uterus out. You can actually pull the womb out too. Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, so do not pull the cord trying to get the placenta out. Just be patient. The placenta will come out. Do some commanding. Tell your womb, okay, if it is still attached to the womb, you speak to your body. You're in control. It's your body. It has to listen to you. But you, first of all, have to believe that your body will listen to you. Okay? So you want to tell your body, okay, womb, uterus, you have done your job. You have served your purpose. You can now detach from the uterine wall. I appreciate the service that you've given into my child. You can now release yourself. I command you to loosen and detach right now in the name of Jesus. And it should listen to you. It listened to me. It should listen to you too. Be firm with your body. Your body has to obey. Okay? So you can command it to do that. Okay? So this is what you do. If the placenta is attached to the womb still, this is how you're able to tell. What you're going to do is you're going to find the bottom of mommy's belly or mommy's womb, and you're just going to take your hand and you're going to push up. Okay? So say this is, okay, this is weird. Okay. Say this is the bottom of the womb. So this is the closest part to the pubic bone. I'm going to take my hand like this, and I'm just going to gently push up like this. Just push up gently. Okay? Push up. Now, what you're going to pay attention to is the cord. If the umbilical cord is still hanging out, that's what you want to pay attention to. When you push up, if the cord moves back up into the vagina, when you do that, then that means that it's still attached to her womb. Okay? It's still attached to her womb. So if it's still attached to her womb, what you want to do is you can gently massage. Gently massage the womb. Don't be, aggressive with it. Because remember, you don't want to perforate. You don't want to cause a hole or laceration on the inside of her womb. It's still a soft and tender and delicate tissue. So you just want to, gently massage the womb. Gently massage the womb if you know where the placenta is. And most of the time you can tell where the placenta is. If you have like a Doppler, you can find the baby's heartbeat. Once you find the baby's heartbeat, this is before you have the baby. When the baby is in your womb, you can find the baby's heartbeat. The heartbeat is very strong. Then you take the Doppler over and you want to scroll over the belly until you hear like a echo. It's kind of like an echo, like faint sound. That is the placenta. You'll hear the placenta pulsating as well. That is how you're able to tell where the placenta is. Okay. It's almost like a echoed heartbeat, like far away. And it kind of sounds like you'll hear the blood rushing through too. So it'll be like, shoo, 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 shoo. So you'll hear like the blood, and you hear like a faint heartbeat. That's the placenta. So find the baby's heartbeat first, which you'll be able to tell because it's going to be very strong. Sound like a little drum. And then you scroll over to the other side or below, and then you'll find the placenta. Okay. So if you know where the placenta is, that's where you want to massage to kind of get the placenta to start to detach. Okay. If the cord stays in the same place, then you know that the placenta has detached. Another way that you'll be able to tell if the placenta has already detached from the womb is the length of the cord. Okay. You'll notice before the cord is like really short and like you have to hold baby really close. Okay. You have to hold baby really close. But if you see that the cord is really long, that means the placenta is dropped and it's just sitting there. It's just sitting at the cervix waiting to be pushed out or guided out. Okay. And so you can rub on the womb. If it has detached, just rub on the womb a little bit. And with every contraction, encourage mom to go ahead and push. When she feels pressure, go ahead and push. And then just take a break in between the contractions. When a contraction comes in, push again. Okay. But remember, you don't want to pull the cord. Okay. You can kind of gently guide it out. If it's already at the bottom and it's just sitting on the cervix, you can put your hand on mom's womb. You can put your hand on her womb like this, kind of like what I did here. Or you can put it like this. Okay. You can put it. So say this is the bottom. Say this is the part closest to the pelvic bone and the vulva. Okay. The vulva is what we've been taught is the vagina, but the vagina is the canal. The vagina is where the baby is coming through. The actual private area, where the clitoris is, your urethra, that's the vulva. Okay, so this is the closest thing to the vulva. You want to put your hand here on the bottom of the womb, and you just kind of want to guard the womb like you're holding the womb. And as you're doing that, you'll see kind of if the placenta has already detached and it's just sitting there, what you'll notice is when you kind of apply a little bit of pressure, you'll see it bulge. That's good. Like bulging from the vulva. If you see it bulge and you see something like kind of trying to protrude out, that's good. That's the placenta. So you can hold here, your hand here, and take your other hand and kind of make sure your hands are clean. Make sure you have gloves that are sterile if you're going to help the mom guide the placenta out, okay? Because we don't want infection to set up in mommy. Okay, so make sure you have clean, sterile gloves. And with your this hand here, kind of gently pressing with the contraction, having her push at the same time. If she's able, you're going to have your hand down, and your other hand, you're just going to take, it's kind of weird, I only got two hands. You're going to take your other hand, and where you see the bulging, then you're going to kind of help guide the placenta out. So you're not going to like yank the cord. You're just going to kind of, I guess, dance with it. Kind of dance with it, and kind of you're helping push, and you're just gently tugging, not really a pull. It's just like a gentle tug. When you see her pushing and it's coming, then you kind of pull, not pull, but like gently tug as she's pushing. You got your hand, and you have your hand on the womb, and you have your other hand where the cord is. Okay. It's kind of difficult, kind of trying to explain this, but I'm trying to explain it to the best of my ability. You don't want to pull the cord. You just want to help mama guide the placenta out if you can. Okay. Outside of that, you can encourage mom to push. Encourage her to push with every contraction. Encourage her to move and get in different positions. And make sure that you're looking to see if she's bleeding. If she is bleeding, she shouldn't be bleeding, especially if the placenta is not detached yet. Okay. Those are just the bleeding before the placenta is delivered, and a fever. That's what you want to look for. Those are not good signs. Okay. And so if the mom starts feeling faint, if she starts feeling weak, that's not a good sign either. So in the events like that, you can, I would recommend you, if you're not experienced, if you don't have anyone home with you, I would recommend you getting to the nearest hospital so that your wife or that you or your sister doesn't go into shock. Okay. It's okay to use medical facilities when we are in need. That's what they're there for. They can get to the job a whole lot quicker than we can. So don't be afraid to go if you need to go. If it's a life or death situation, or you believe it's something that you can't handle, do not feel afraid or pressured to not go. Okay. So I believe, I want to tell you, here was another thing that you can do. I wrote this down for the delayed placenta. These are some herbs that you want to have on hand if you can get your hands on them. You want to have red raspberry leaf. That's a pretty common herb that you can actually get access to quickly. It's inexpensive. I'm pretty sure that is available in a lot of countries and a lot of states if you're here in the US of A. Okay, you can get a hold of red raspberry tea leaf. Drink that. You can actually drink that during your labor. You can drink it after your labor, and you can actually increase the dosages so that your contractions continue to be strong. and they continue to go on. Okay. Angelica root extract. Extract is another word for tincture. If you have angelica root extract, all you have to do is place 1 drop up under your tongue, and you're going to just follow that with a swallow of water or tea, whatever you want to drink it down with. And what that's going to do is that's going to help expel the placenta. If you don't have angelica root extract, you can have feverfew tea leaves. I said it backwards. Feverfew leaves to make tea. That's another hot infusion. And so you would do the same thing. You would do, let me see what I wrote down here. You could do 4 teaspoons of flowers, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put the flowers in a jar, and then you're going to take the boiling water, pour the boiling water on top. You're going to put a top over it, and you're going to let it steep for 30 minutes. And you can prepare that if you have feverfew leaves. You can prepare that as well as the red raspberry leaves. You can prepare those during labor. That way, when you're actually have delivered the baby, now you have tea that you can drink to help you deliver the placenta. If you don't have feverfew flowers, hot basil leaf, that will also help you as well to expel the placenta. So, and you want to drink those by the cupful. The ones that are teas, drink by the cupful. The tincture, just put the drop under your tongue. Okay. So I think that was everything that I had regarding the delayed placenta. I hope that was helpful to you guys. And if you have any other questions, you can email me, because I'm going to start doing videos where I am actually reading the questions and then I'm answering the questions, because I know there are other moms who probably have the same questions. They just haven't come across to ask yet. So bless y'all. If you know somebody that this can help, please share. And I guess bless y'all. Have a good evening. I'm going to try to make another video. Shalom.